Hey, what are you doing?
I'm going to take and pressure can some bacon for a long-term storage. The first step is taking the bacon and putting it in a pan, and I'm going to heat it for about 15 minutes just to cook it a little bit, but not a whole lot, because I just want to get some of the excess grease off of it before I put it in the jars. That way it ain't so greasy. I'm using the Hayfield extra thick cut hickory smoked bacon.
But you can use any bacon, right?
You can use whatever you like, but I like the thick bacon. I've got the oven set to 200. Okay, like I said, I'm just kind of pulling the bacon apart and filling my pan with the bacon, just so when I take it out I can get some of the excess grease off of it. Okay guys, I've got 2.5 packs of the bacon that I'm going to put in the oven now, and just let it cook some so we can get some of the grease out, so that it won't be as greasy in my jars. And I'm going to cook that, like I said, on 200 for about 15-20 minutes. So when that gets done, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I forgot to mention that if you wanted, you could do the bacon like this without putting it in the oven. The only difference is it'll have more grease. And then also you can use the pre-cooked bacon, and if you do it like that, then you don't have to do this step. You can skip it as well. I also wanted to show y'all the pressure canner that I'm using. It's a Presto 16-quart pressure canner that I got from Rosalie. So I also wanted to show what we were using and, you know, how we were going to do it. Okay guys, it's been in here about 15 minutes. As you can see, there's a lot of grease. So I am going to take it and set it here. I'm going to take I'm just taking and getting some of the excess grease off, and then I'm just going to take it and set it in another pan until I get ready to roll it up. Oh, a lot of grease. And I'm just doing this step so that there ain't a whole lot of grease in my jars. You don't have to, but I like to, because I don't want it real greasy. I'd rather have it cooked but not.
You also leave it in there. You don't want to cook it. You just want it to kind of get cook some of the grease out of it, but you don't want to cook the bacon.
Right. Yeah, it's not cooked.
Yeah. We'll come back after she gets the rest of it out. It's the same process, just till you get it all out.
Yeah. Okay guys, something I forgot to mention a minute ago. I take our bacon grease and I pour it into a jar when I get all my bacon out of the pan. And then I take it and I put it into small quart jars or pint jars or whatever I want to store it in at that time. And it's really good for cooking, for making eggs or whatever you want to cook with it, basically. But I'm going to reload my pan and then I'll go on to the next step and I'll be right back.
How much is in each pack?
How much bacon?
Yeah.
It has, the net weight is 22 ounces, 1.375 pounds.
Yep. So that's roughly, how many packs you start with?
I did 5.
5 packs, so that's roughly 6 pounds of bacon. So go.
Okay, what I'm going to do is take my bacon and put it on my parchment paper. I try not to overlap it too much, but I'm going to get it all laid out here, and I'll show you how I do it so that it'll fit in the jars. I'm going to fold this up. This down.
You have to measure it with your jar to make sure to fit in your jar.
Yeah.
You have to come down further. You better cut it whichever way you want to do it.
Maybe come down a little more. Actually, maybe go like that. And then maybe bring this one up. That way it's all inside that.
It should fit.
That might.
Now you just roll it like a taco. You need me to help you roll it?
Maybe.
Let me help you hold this down. Roll it really tight. There you go. Like rolling a burrito.
Right. Okay.
Alright, see how
Now
much
let's
that.
try it. Oh yeah.
That should work. Just like that. Can you hold it too? It'll help you with your burrito.
Yeah.
Yep, that's about right there. It's like a little over half on there.
Yeah.
And you can just, typically you'd cut the top, cut it where to fit, but you can pack it in there a little bit and it won't hurt it. Alright.
But anyhow, this is my second batch coming out, and it's full of grease too. Now that we got the hang of it, it's going in a little bit better, and you ain't even having to push it down in there.
I guess.
Starting to go in a little easier.
Yeah, I guess to let everybody know, it is easier to, how we fold it over on the top and on the bottom, it is easier to cut it to where it fits in one piece, because this way you'll have to take the whole thing out and then unroll it, you know, to get it all out, because it's folded over on both ends. But our family can eat one jar at a time, so it doesn't matter. So
yes. And 5 packs, 5 of these packs makes 5 jars. So basically a pack a jar. So there's basically 22 ounces or 1.375 pounds in each jar. Okay guys, I took some white vinegar and I just basically tipped it over and got my napkin wet with it. And I'm going to take it and rub the rings of it and make sure there's nothing on them. If you get a good seal on these and they do good, then they should last at least a minimum of 5 years. Okay guys, I'm going to put my lids on, just finger tight, and set them in here. Okay guys, we got all our jars in the pressure canner. We're going to wait for it to start steaming out of this little hole right here, and then we're going to put our little nozzle on it, and then our cooking time will start. But while it's doing that, I'm going to take another jar and a funnel, and I am going to put my grease in there, because we like to save our bacon grease for cooking, and that way we can use it later, because if you don't have vegetable oil or cooking oil, you can always use your bacon grease for frying your eggs or whatnot. It's been steaming out my valve for about 5-10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of lay my valve on it and wait about 5-10 minutes for it to build pressure, and then I'll start my timer for my 90 minutes. It's been 90 minutes that we have had our cans in the pressure canner with 10 pounds of pressure. Just a little knowledge if y'all don't know and you ain't never used one of these. When you first start it, the steam comes out both. You gotta wait for the little thing to pop up where the steam will quit coming out of this one after you put the little knob on. And something else, don't fill your pressure canner all the way up with water like you do a water bather. 1/3 of the way of the jar. But we're waiting for it to drop the pressure now, and then I'm going to take my jars out. So we'll be right back. Okay guys, this has been sitting for a while, and as you can see, the pressure gauge has dropped back down. So we are going to take it apart. You always want to take it off away from you. So, that being said, thank you. Now we are going to take them out. There are our 5 jars of bacon. And when I get done, when they cool down, I actually have labels that we made to put on them of what they are and the date and everything, so we know when to rotate them out and how to keep them fresh. Okay guys, I just wanted to show this a little bit. Even though we cooked it a little bit before and got a lot of the grease out, it still has a little bit of grease in it. Not real bad, but some. Sorry, I gotta hold it with the pot holders because it's still really hot, but that's what it looks like. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you this. I think I talked about it a little bit earlier, but our bacon grease is starting to set back up a little bit, and I've already labeled it and everything, but it's really good for like cooking your potatoes in, or cooking eggs in, or there's a lot of things you can do with it, but that's just a couple examples of what we do. So I just wanted to show you that it was starting to set back up. And if you haven't already, will you please like and subscribe, and have a blessed day.